What is up, beautiful people? I am Madeline. This is Mad Aligned, and we have made it. Woohoo! To the final chakra, the crown chakra. In Sanskrit, the crown chakra is called the Sahasrara, and that directly translates to thousand-petaled, and it's supposed to symbolize the thousand-petaled lotus, the shape of the Sahasrara that sits on the crown of our heads and is the entry point for the vital life force, our purest form of prana, of life energy. It represents not only the spaciousness and nothingness from which our physical form starts to manifest, but the main lesson that the Sahasrara provides to us is to live in the present moment. We're going to be playing around with handstands today, so finding that spaciousness and hollowness within the body to stack the joints to get and hold into a steady handstand is going to be pretty key. But I think an even bigger component, more spiritual and mental note for this practice, is to always remember that the most experienced yoga practitioner, the most seriously advanced yogis out there, are the ones that continue to show up to each and every practice every time they roll out their mat with a beginner's mindset, and to recognize that there is always something new to learn each and every time they come back to the practice. And tying that into the lesson of the Sahasrara, being unattached from the outcome of the practice. One of the, outcomes of this practice might be that you can find a handstand, even just for a brief moment in time, but becoming unattached to that outcome and recognizing that the sole purpose of yoga asana is a continuous exploration and learning more about the self than it is about attaining a certain outcome. Remembering that there is no asana, there is no feeling or experience that one attains that deems one a yoga master, or the feeling of saying, now I'm done. The key here is that there is nothing to master, but rather everything to endlessly explore. So with that, let's get started. Find a child's pose whenever you are ready. Big toes to touch, knees out wide if it feels good. And rest your forehead against the mat, maybe rock it from side to side. Settling in. It's important to notice that if any feelings of anxiety or nervousness start to arise when thinking about inversions like handstand, to accept that that is completely normal and expected. So just observing those feelings, letting them arise into that canvas of a space of our consciousness, and recognizing that anything that has the nature to arise, like that feeling of nervousness, will also pass away. Find some stillness here. Just for a couple of breaths, we'll come together. Deep inhale through the nose. Fill up all the way through the rib cage, through the shoulders. Maybe inch the fingertips or the forehead a little bit further at the top of the breath. And exhale, let it go through the lips. Twice more like that. Deep breath in. Release something on the breath out. Once more, deep inhale. Breathe in, breathe in. And sink a little bit closer to the earth on the breath out. Can start to ujjayi breath from here, our breath of fire, by sealing the lips on the exhale. And then roll up and find a tabletop pose when you're ready. Shoulders over knees, shoulders over wrists, rather, knees over hips, hips over knees. Oh, good Lord. If this is going to be an indication of how this practice goes, then maybe you turn it off now. No, I'm joking. We're going to get it together. Okay, so just find any movement that feels good here. Maybe close off the eyes to settle a little bit deeper into the internal space. And then come back to your neutral tabletop. When you are ready, inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, shine the heart, gaze up. And exhale, cat spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, gaze back through your legs. Really press the earth away. Inhale, cow. Exhale for cat. Once more, breathe in, cow pose, nice and slow. And cat spine on the breath out. Come back to your neutral tabletop, ground down through every single finger pad, and just lift the heels of the hands up. Just heels of the hands. Every single finger is touching the earth. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Forearms might be feeling nice and spicy. 3, 2, 1. Find a hollow body hold. So bring your bottom down to the mat, legs out long. Arms can either reach long, palms facing up, or arms overhead. If you want to intensify, if you find that your upper back, or your low back rather, is peeling off of the mat, just bring the legs up a little bit higher. Hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, voice is shaking, 1. Come back to your tabletop pose. We're going to do that once more, warming up through the flexors of the arms. Super important in our handstand. So lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hollow body hold. We're there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees into the chest. Relax the head back if it's not already relaxed. And you can rock a little bit from side to side. And then rock and roll the length of the spine. You can either come through a chaturanga if you're already feeling it, or just meet your way in downward facing dog. Once you find down dog, always, always, always just first and foremost greet the shape. Find what feels good. Either pedaling out through opposite feet and palms, or giving the neck a nice gentle massage by shaking the head no, or nodding it yes. And then come and find stillness. Sending the hips up high, you want to press your chest through your arms like your ears are trying to surpass your biceps, just opening up through the front line of the body, through the shoulders, definitely through the hamstrings. So just breathe here for a moment. One more breath. Really pressing the heart back towards the thighs. And then find your neutral downward facing dog. On your next breath in, gaze goes forward. Exhale, forward fold. Come onto your toes and tiptoe all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, as high as you can go. And then land the heels to the earth. You're gonna keep your palms grounded, and we're gonna find those heel lifts as high as you can take them. So shifting the weight into the palms, you lift up the heels and gaze back between your legs for 1. Lower down, weight shifts into the palms, heels lift, gaze back for 2. And take that about 5 more times.
Starting to get used to that weight shifting over the shoulders, maybe finding that moment of lift, of spaciousness for 2 and 1. Relax the heels down, find a ragdoll. So you can either shake out through the hands, find some rolls through the wrists, or just grab onto opposite elbows and sway. Whatever feels good. Head super heavy. Just letting all of those worries, thoughts, limiting beliefs pour out of the crown onto the mat in front of you, letting the earth take all of that energy, leaving what you do not need. If you've got opposite elbows, relax your palms to the mat. Heel toe your big toes to touch on your inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Start to shift the weight into the toes to find length through the back of the hamstrings. Pull the belly button into the spine, shoulders press together behind you. Just breathe. One more inhale, find a little bit more length by pressing through the palms, pulling through the crown of the head. And exhale, fold. Mountain pose on your breath in, rise up, fingertips follow you to the top. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, palms come to heart center. Soften the gaze, close the eyes, find your intention. I offer the intention of being in the present moment, being right here, right now, and knowing that this practice is all about syncing the breath with the body, with the mind, and knowing that no asana is more or less important than another. Take a deep breath in, circle sweep the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Half lift on your breath in. And Chaturanga Dandasana on the breath out. Hop or step it back. Find upward facing dog on the in-breath. And down dog on the breath out. From down dog, right leg goes high. And exhale, right knee to your nose. Breathe and hold here for 3. Really press the earth away, don't through the upper back for 2. In 1, land the right foot between your palms, lower the back knee, low crescent moon on the inhale breath. Everything rises up. And you can bounce a little bit here if it feels good. Take one more breath in. And modified pyramid on the breath out. Straighten through the front knee, catch the back toes. You can have a bend through the back knee if it feels good. You can have blocks under your palms if you want. You can also find a full pyramid if that's available to you in the body, and play with dorsiflexing the right toes back towards your face. Just make sure you're steering that left hip forward to keep symmetry through the hips. Breathe. 2 cycles. Beautiful. On your next breath in, bend through the front knee, keep the back knee lifted, high crescent lunge, everything rises up. Again, steer left hip forward, right hip back. If you want to give yourself a little adjustment to do so, that is available for you. And arms reach high, shoulders relax down. Come back to your breath if you've lost it. Bring your palms to touch overhead on an inhale, and exhale, twist over towards the right. Left elbow outside of your right knee. Gaze can stay down, or if you want a balance challenge, gaze can slowly track up towards the sky. Just really press through the palms to pull your belly button away from your right thigh. Breathe. Open up through the arms on your next inhale, and stay for the breath out. Inhale, high crescent lunge. And find a little back bend on the exhale. Pull the arms back in space so that, again, biceps surpass the ears, really opening up through the chest. You can bring the palms to touch here. You can also find a goalpost through the arms. That feels a little bit better, but I encourage you to keep the arms straight, prepping for that handstand posture. And exhale, low lunge, palms to frame your right foot. 3-legged dog on the inhale, right leg goes high.
And then exhale, right knee steps about halfway up your mat. You're gonna play with L hops or a handstand. So left leg is kicking, right leg lifts. You can switch just like I just did, or you can come down on both feet. Just be here and play for about 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog in 1. Next breath in, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Low lunge. Back knee lowers. Arms rise high. Low crescent moon. Take a breath. Find some bounces if you did so on the first side. Inhale, come to stillness. And exhale, full or modified pyramid, your choice. Settling the head down, crown super heavy. And always re-engaging the breath if you lose it. Bend through your left knee, find high crescent lunge on your next breath in. Everything lifts high. Again, you can give yourself little adjustments, steering right hip now forward, left hip back. You can have a slight or deep bend in the back knee if that helps you to find the symmetry in the hips. Arms reach high. Palms to touch, and then exhale, twist over to the left. So right elbow catches on the outside of your left knee now. Again, use that elbow, your palms as leverage. Maybe take the gaze up to the sky. Stay with your breath. Arms open. 1 cycle of breath here. And then high crescent lunge, everything comes back to center. Breathe in. Exhale, palms to frame your left foot. Left leg lifts on the inhale. And left leg steps halfway up the mat on the breath out. Left foot's now your base. We're kicking into L hops or handstands. Right leg lifts. Your left leg can stay straight the whole time. If you want to find a little bit of that teetering action, you're here for 3, 2, and down dog in 1. We'll take that again, adding on just a little bit. Next breath in, right leg lifts. Right knee to your nose. Low lunge. Low crescent moon on the inhale. Modified pyramid on the breath out. High crescent lunge. And then prayer twist over towards the right. Open through the arms. High crescent, windmill it around. And then exhale, reach forward, torso becomes parallel with the mat. Pull the arms back in space. Again, opening up through that underline of the armpits, the shoulders. Here for 3. Pull the belly button to the spine. 2. Palms to frame right foot in 1. 3-legged dog, right leg lifts high. Exhale, right foot plants about halfway up the mat. L hops or handstands. Have fun with it. Maybe you flip over. That's okay. You can do this on a carpeted surface. You can do this with a wall right behind you if that makes you feel a little bit better. Wherever you're at, again, just try not to take it too seriously because no asana is more or less important than another. We'll find downward facing dog when you're ready. Being right here in this moment. Nothing to do, just breathe. Left leg lifts high. Left knee to your nose. Low lunge, back knee lowers, inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, pyramid. High crescent lunge on the next breath in. Palms come to touch, and prayer twist over towards the left. Right shoulder hooks.
Open up through the arms. And high crescent lunge. Exhale, torso lowers, arms reach overhead. Really engage through the core, engage through the shoulders. Breathe here for 3. Pull the arms up and back, past the ears for 2. Palms frame left foot in 1. Inhale, left leg lifts high. And left leg steps about halfway up. Play with the L hops. Really grip the earth with your palms, blocking out through the shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, or chaturanga if you've got it. One more time, adding on even more, I know. Next breath in, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee to nose. Low lunge. Low crescent moon on the inhale, let it feel good, open up. Pyramid on the breath out. Inhale, high crescent. Palms to touch, find the prayer twist. Open up through the arms. Inhale, high crescent lunge, come right back. And exhale, lower it down. Arms reaching up, thumbs trying to touch the ceiling for 3, for 2, and 1. Ground down through your right foot, one-legged mountain, left knee lifts high. Take a moment. Ground down through the right heel, right big toe, right baby toe. Inhale, breath. Exhale, standing split, tick-tock, the left leg high to the sky, and maybe both palms come to some blocks, maybe they come to the earth, maybe they wrap around the right ankle, finding a balance challenge. One-legged mountain, slight bend through the right knee, come right back, left knee lifts high. We're gonna take that 3 more times. On the 3rd time, we come into handstand or L hops. So once more, left leg lifts. One-legged mountain. Again, as slow as you can go. Just try to keep the control. 2. Ooh. And 1. Again, come into that L hop or the handstand. And then find either your chaturanga or just come to down dog. Last time on the other side, left leg goes high. Left knee to your nose. Low lunge. Back knee lowers, low crescent moon on the inhale. Pyramid pose on the breath out. High crescent lunge. Palms to touch at the top. Prayer twist. Open up through the arms. Windmill it around. High crescent. Exhale, torso lowers. Parallel with the mat. Thumbs drive up for 3, for 2. Left foot your base, one-legged mountain in 1. All the way up. Powering through that left glute. Breathe in. Find the earth beneath left foot. Standing split on the exhale. How much control can you have rocking your weight back and forth on left foot? Take it 3 more times. 3rd time is the charm, coming into that handstand at your pace. And if you don't do it a full 3 times through, by the time that you get there, that's okay. You can always pause or just take it twice through if that feels good. I think this is the 3rd one. And then again, chaturanga or down dog. If you've got that beautiful handstand through to chaturanga, good on you. I'm still working on it. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet, and we'll get a little bit deeper into it. But come back to the breath. Come back to this moment. Just paying attention to the sensations in down dog. Maybe the hamstrings feel a little more open, the shoulders feel a little bit stronger.
Right leg lifts on your breath in. Right knee to right elbow on the breath out. Hold here for 3, for 2, and 1. 3-legged dog, right leg goes high. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, here for 3, for 2, fallen star in 1. Right palm is your base. Kick your right leg out to the side. You can have the knife edge of right foot grounded. You can have it floating wherever you're at. Just lift your hips high. Maybe gaze tracks towards left palm. Breathe here. And then bring your left palm to the earth. Circle sweep your right leg all the way around. Find flip dog or wild thing. Right toes catch the earth. Hips press to the sky. Breathe in. And stay for the exhale. Gaze down at the mat. Left palm and knife edge of left foot are your base. See how slow you can go into your low lunge. Lifting the right leg. Pulling it into your chest. And slow motion. Stepping the right foot down. Finding high crescent lunge on the breath in. And settling in on the exhale. Knit the ribs towards the hips. No flaring too much through the ribs. Take a breath in. Find warrior 3 on the exhale. Right foot is your base. Lift through the left leg. Left knee is strong. Or left glute is strong as well. Kicking your left heel a little bit higher. Breathe here for 3, 2, find a double lunge in 1. Lower the back left toes, catch them on the earth, bend through the left knee. Slight tuck of the tailbone under, and you have your shoulders stacked directly over your hips. Breathe. Lower the back left knee and float the front right foot. So you can have your legs or your arms, Jesus, rather, doing whatever they need to keep that right foot lifted. And if it falls to the earth, that's okay. Just pick it right back up. We're here for a count of 3. Count of 2. Standing split in 1. Right foot's your base. Left leg goes high, head super heavy. How heavy can the crown of the head get? Find a Shiva squat on your next breath in. Chamber the left knee behind the right. Palms either come to some blocks or palms to heart center. Open through the chest. Ground down through the right heel, one-legged mountain. Rise up, extend through the right knee. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, chair with airplane arms. Left foot's your base, one-legged mountain, right knee lifts. And exhale, low lunge, right foot steps back. 3-legged dog, left leg goes high. Take it all over on the left. Left knee to left elbow, breathe and hold here for 3, for 2. I know, in 1, lift it back up. Left knee to right elbow. Hold and breathe. Nothing to do. Just holding right here. And then find fallen star. Left palm is your base. Left leg shoots, hips high. Stay with the breath. Right palm comes to the earth. Sweep it all the way around for flip dog, wild thing. And then gaze down, slow, slow, slow motion, low lunge, left foot steps all the way up to the top. High crescent lunge on the breath in. Warrior 3, when you are ready, breathe and hold. Belly button pulling into spine, right toes pointing straight down. Here for 3, for 2, double lunge in 1. Right toes step back, right knee bends, tailbone tucks. And then back knee lowers, front foot lifts. Leaning on into all of the wiggles and the wobbles. One more breath. And then standing split.
Find a Shiva squat. And then power through the left foot, one-legged mountain, right knee high. Breathe in. Chair with airplane arms on the exhale. Right foot's your base, one-legged mountain, left knee lifts. Exhale, low lunge, left foot steps back. Three-legged dog, right leg goes high. Time through with the right leg high, inhale. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, option for hurdlers. So bending through the elbows, making that chaturanga arm, finding the float, maybe for a moment. And then left toes lower, three-legged, right leg lifts. Right knee, left elbow, fallen star, take it there. Deep breath in. Flip dog, wild thing on the breath out. Inhale, gaze goes down. Exhale, low lunge. How slow can you go? High crescent on the inhale. Warrior three on the breath out. Here for one full breath. Find your double lunge. Back knee lowers. Front foot lifts. And this time you either come into that standing split, L hop, or your handstand. When you're ready, shift forward. Play around with it. Come back to that double lunge and float the front foot each time you come through. Really helps to get the body used to balancing in space. And find your standing split when you're ready. Taking one breath to reset. And Shiva squat, left knee chambers. One-legged mountain, left knee lifts, pause. And exhale, dancing Shiva is your option. You can either have right palm on the outside of your left knee. You can also have your left palm on the small of your back, or grab for the outside of left foot, stack your shoulders over your hips, and then press the sole of the left foot forward in space. Maybe gaze tracks all the way back to your left palm. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Re-engage the breath. And then revolved half moon. Left leg sweeps all the way in and around. Maybe a block under left palm, or maybe left palm finds the earth, or maybe it floats. You're here for 3, 2. Open arm twist in 1. Slowly lower the left toes back. Shoulders stack over your hips. How many times have I said that already? Inhale, exalt. Right palm down, left fingertips paint the sky. Take one full breath here. And low lunge, palms to frame your left foot. Three-legged dog on the inhale, left leg high. Your chaturanga, or just downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Left knee to left elbow, or your option to float. Three-legged dog. Left knee to the right. Your fallen star. Flip dog, wild thing. Bring it around town. Open up. And gaze goes down, low lunge. High crescent on the breath in. Warrior three on the exhale. Find it. Be there. Double lunge, left toes come back. Lower the back knee. Float the front foot. Your standing split, L hop, or handstand. Again, coming back to that shape each time in between. Resetting. Maybe try 1 or 2 more. Okay, standing split. Left foot's your base. Right leg goes high. Shiva squat. Palms to the heart. Stand it up, one-legged mountain.
Exhale, dancing Shiva. Option for just the knee. Option for the full foot grab here. Just take your time to get there. Revolved half moon when you're ready. Pendulum swing, the right leg back. Find the tick-tock of the arms, right palm down, left fingertips lifted. Breathe for 3, 2, open arm twist in 1. Settle in for a moment. And then inhale, exalt. 1 full cycle of breath here. Find your low lunge. 3-legged dog, left leg lifts high. And either your chaturanga or downward facing dog. Down dog, bend through the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, ripple through your high plank pose. Lower down for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Press back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down for 10, 9, I know, 8, 7, you got this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything lowers. Fingertips to 10 and 2 on the mat. Inhale for cobra. Zip the legs together. Lift the chest. And exhale, lower down. Breathe in, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower everything down. Arms long by your sides. Either cheek meets the mat. Come back to center. Arms stay long by your side, palms facing down. Inhale, full locust. Everything lifts up. Arms reach back. Glutes squeeze, so heels lift a little bit higher. Gaze is just past the top of your mat. No wrinkles through the back of the neck. You're here for 3. Keep squeezing, keep lifting. Here for 2. And 1. Opposite cheek meets the mat. Breathe. Maybe hips get a rock. Bring the chin back to center, ground down through the palms, press all the way up to the knees, and then come down to your back. Soles of the feet stay glued to the mat. Arms long by your sides. Palms facing the earth. Exhale everything out. Inhale, bridge pose. Lift through the hips. Pull your tailbone under towards the front of the room. And keep some length through the front of the neck here. You can also interlace the fingers together and roll the triceps underneath you to open up a little bit more through the chest. Wherever you are, ground through the heels, maybe toes lift, and then pull the heels back towards your glutes. Squeeze, squeeze for 3, 2. Release the grip if you've got it. Lower the hips down in 1. Maybe give them a rock from side to side. Beautiful. Half window moving pose on the right. Right knee comes into your right armpit. Left leg goes long. Give yourself a nice, good squeeze. And supine twist on the breath out. Right leg crosses over. You can always pop a block under that right knee. Just stay grounded through the shoulders. Maybe gaze over to the right. On an inhale, squeeze your core to pull your right knee back into your chest. And switch it, change it, rearrange it. Half window moving on the left. Left knee comes in, give it a nice big healthy squeeze. And supine twist on the breath out. You can shift that right hip under. Maybe gaze to the left.
starting to slow down the breaths. And again, remembering that this part of the practice is just as important as every other piece that we built up to get here. Inhale, core squeezes, everything comes back in. Both knees come into the chest, shoulders, head lift off of the earth. Give yourself a nice hug. And find a happy baby on your breath out. You can sit in stillness absolutely here, or just rock from side to side, and maybe, just maybe, the corners of your lips turn up to your ears for a smile. It is happy baby after all. Ananda Balasana. When you are ready, both knees come into your chest. One last final squeeze. Squeeze every single muscle in your body. Squeeze your face, squeeze your fingers, squeeze your toes, your ankles. Squeeze, squeeze, breathe in. And your Shavasana on the breath out. Arguably one of the most important postures, even though no posture is more important than the next. But this is where we start to integrate all of that beautiful work. Letting that vibrational energy from the prana permeate through every single cell of your body, just thanking you so, so much for being here and doing all the hard work. Settling into that spaciousness, that nothingness that the Sahasrara represents. And starting to let go of the physical shape of the body with each and every breath. Shavasana. If you've lost yourself, come back to the breath. And start to wiggle out through the fingers and the toes. Maybe give your head a gentle rock from side to side. Ankles, wrists start to slowly circle, and that energy creeps from the outside in through the elbows, the knees, shoulders and hips. Just kind of move it around nice and gently, nice and slow, with so, so much tenderness and care. And then you can either roll onto your favorite side using your bicep as a pillow, or come up to your final easy seat. However you want to get there, just as easeful as you can make it. Your Sukhasana. Softening the gaze down the bridge of your nose, or closing the eyes altogether, taking one more moment of pause. Knowing that the practice is not just those moments when we show up to our mat, but this practice permeates outside of the four corners of the mat, the four walls of the room that you may find yourself in. The real practice is all around us. It's life. So trying to come back to that present moment, not yearning for the future or worrying, dwelling on the past, just right here, right now, this breath. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up overhead. Gather that beautiful energy that flows in through the Sahasrara. Bring your finger pads and palms to touch. Gentle pressure. And then thumbs face down, straight into heart center. Bring your thumbs up to the space between your eyebrows to seal that intention. Live in this present moment. One last deep breath in. And exhale, we bow to seal our practice. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that that was fun for you. If it was, give this video a like, share it with somebody who's working on their handstands, and let me know how it went in the comments. Thanks, y'all.